Hello, Blake Bruning here from Trinity Whip Co, and we are talking about how to defend yourself with a whip. Now, in this earlier videos, we talked about how to crack a whip and keep it at bay. We also had one about the long-range Filipino Kali approach, where we're always trying to hit the hand. And now we're going to deal with a little bit of that, but we're going to deal with more about when you get them so close, I have to use some close quarter fighting. Now, I just don't pull that out for me. I'm not going to hit his hand right here, but with the forward or reverse grip, okay, with the reverse grip especially, what we talked about in Kali before is just hold out as far as you can. Like this is as far as he can really reach. Now he, of course, come and attack. But with this long range, just to retouch up on it, he can't hit me, but I can hit his hand, thus making him drop the weapon. So just come in slowly. But as he come in, I'd be hitting the hand to break it, and then once it would be gone, I could hit and finish him up, step back and whip him or whatever I want to do. With this reverse grip, it's a little different, although I can still do it. We're going to hold out there for me. It's still a little more danger of me getting cut by the blade. Again, as he swipes in at me, trying to find the right angle to hit. You can just hit the forearm. You don't have to hit the hand itself. Just anywhere in the wrist or hand, just to really do the damage and probably break more than just a hand bone with this steel spike, this nail spike. So with this, I'm going to build an exercise for a moment. Now, we're really going to be talking about some of the more ways you get attacked. We're going to get what I call the average street brawler, or the wild swing opponent. The guy just looking at you like you just said some bad language about his mother, and he's just ready to just come in and wail on you. And we're going to do this now without a whip. Generally, what I teach my guys is first always have your hands up, and you want to be like, hey man, I don't have a problem. Try to de-escalate the situation. Like, hey man, I don't want to fight. I'm sorry, I bumped into him. I'll buy you a beer if you guys drink. You know, you're in a bar. Usually that's where bar fights happen. Or people, inebriated, it's really more getting fights and all. You'd be like, hey man, I didn't mean to cut you off in traffic. I'm sorry, man. You know, I'll pay for the damages. Try to de-escalate the fight. You know, don't try to. If you did this, like, hey man, I don't want to fight you. You know, that's usually going to more incite a fight. Now with this, I usually do a few different tools with empty hands, and one of my favorite ones called the Interception. Like Jikendo means way of interception. But with this, you got to realize right now I see that his hands are a little bit down or they're out, but they're not up here like he's trying to be a fighter. So the path to his face is clear, and having this up here, I'm ready to strike everything that's needed. So as I see him pull back, I would immediately come in and hit with an eye strike, a palm, whatever, and that'd be the interception. So I'm not waiting to see what goofy angle it is, like a wild goofy angle. I'm waiting to see what goofy angle it is and try to block it and hit. Not that you can't do this, but if he's a little bit to the side, he could wrap around and still hit me. Clip my eye, I can't see as well. I just took the first strike, and the element of just chance and luck is on the side to really just make me helpless. So instead of trying to see what goofy angles coming and block it, as soon as I see him get posed, I'm going to hit him. Now, long range is still effective. I want to just go back and walk a little bit. I want to be far enough away that he has to come in and gives me enough time to meet him halfway. When I'm out here, it doesn't really look like we can strike, which is good. But I'm kind of sucking him forward by making him have to swing from out there, which allows me to see it in time. So intercept's a good one. No, we'll do is go swing at me, go swing through his hand. I'll step back and strike, and this is what I call the counter attack. And from here, like I said, it's around here. Go ahead. I'll step back, and as soon as it passes, that's why I come in for the strike. You can talk about follow-ups and other things, but we're talking about that first initial shot right now. And another one of my favorites, let me see here, is usually we learn this with a stick, a thing called a roof block. Like he was to come down and hit me, it creates like a roof, like the way you draw a roof on a house or home. And then the way they normally do is it cuts the side on the angle when they would strike. But on this one, I modify it with or without a stick. When you come in the wild swing, I would come in and just intercept him in the face with it. I would have my head down, my elbows are protecting, and I would come forward. So even if this would hit me, glance off at all. And then also, since I'm coming in, he's coming in, I'll probably just go by me. That first shot of face would really be pretty much it, although you'd want to be ready for follow-ups. But without it, all the same thing like I'm diving into a water, like you're diving into a pool. If you did come out and I just put right in that face and you could hit it, head, elbows, shred, that's a Dimitri special where you just start shredding the face apart. You can add all these other tools you've got. So any close core tools you've been talking to people, feel free to invoke those, no problem. Just showing you some of the takes I would do. We're also going to cover a little bit about a jab. Now, Paul Bruning has a thing where he pioneers how to handle a jab with the Filipino Kali destruction. It's like hitting the hand, but as he throws the jab in, you put your elbow in the way you can get back. So wherever my face is when he's trying to hit it, I put my elbow where my face was to kind of have that target. And those can work great. But a lot of times with like boxing jab, I can still intercept. I could just tell he was ready to jab already, I just beat him to it. Or he does a jab, I can kind of catch and hit, or we can do a split right, just split on it. And again, you'd want to use follow-ups and other tools. We're just talking the initial entry on it. And then another one we're going to get into, and he won't talk to me now, but he's going to go ahead and maybe go strike and tackle me. And I still love, I mean, you can try the tools, but the Richard Dimitri shred is perfect where you just start ripping and palming and ripping and clawing the face as you go down. Now, we can do similar things with this. And although I could show this version of it, and if he was somebody could just bash his hand just like we did a long range weapon, I want to use the regular grip instead of the reverse, and this way I want to leave this out here. So I do the same thing here. Let's say I'm swiping at him, but when he comes to the wall, single thumb, I'm going to intercept him, right? Get back and counterattack and follow power, right? Or I could roof block it in. Like I said, once you get in here, you can use this for different things that grab, hit, whipping your back, whatever it is that you've been trained or want to do, right? And then as far as the jab again, I could just let it hit his hands, bang, maybe break his hand on it and then attack. Or as again, he's about ready jab, I could intercept him, right? I could counterattack again, or I could just split. And then, like I said, whatever you need to do, you can always stretch this out and get something more to hook onto and finish off however you need to. And of course, whip him while you're getting away, things like that. And then on the tackle, right? So he's tackling me. I could hit him in the face and scrape, like I said, with my hand. But on the point, I might go hit him in the back of his neck. Once again, don't try this. At the back of the head, the temple. And when I fall, like I said, keep raking his face, kind of like a makeshift shredder. So this can be very useful and still be used just like the Italian applications. Now he's going to go ahead and put on his headgear and some gloves. And what we're going to do is kind of apply these just like I did, but actually have him have a little target to hit. I don't want to hit him too hard with this because even though it's a good gear, it's not made for these types of weapons, and I could easily, probably eventually crack that or hurt him. So we're just going to be lightly tapping with it. And in a minute, we're going to incorporate, not just showing you how they could be done with a little bit of actual pop and move. We're going to actually deal with it where I'm striking from a distance and he'll rush in, which is more likely where you would have to use this. All right, so with this, all right, once again, jump on that wall swing and just pop him in the face with it. I might just move in one, move away, but just something there. He does the swing again, like see the back and just pop it in there. Ready? Right. So he's been coming in, that's where I come in with that makeshift roof block. And the beauty of the makeshift roof block is, even though I was down here, he comes in, I can rise right up into it. Now, I'm pretty much the pioneer of the forward pressure roof block. I haven't seen anyone else doing that method. Usually they'll zone away and other things. I may not be the first, but I've never seen the other martial artists that do kind of what I do this. It's my favorite takes on it. And even without, like I see without, I'll just be able to step up into that, go right to the face and shred or thumb rake, where it was really kind of my own thing. But it's good to have. It's a really good tool to have in a lot of situations. Like I said, when he throws the jabs, I can just stick it first, throw jab, right? I could counter attack, right? Or split, like I said, you can really have a strong weapon there. I could hit him while I'm in, hit him while I'm getting back, things like that you want to add to it. Also say the tap, once in the tap. I don't really want to hit the back of the head, but hitting this and raking it is good for that. Now we're just going to move on, and we're just going to have a little play with it, and we'll go through everything from the long range to the short, maybe back out to long. So, saying he had a weapon, though, of course, I would be striking the weapon and then hitting the face, and striking the weapon so that the arm would run. Or if I had to strike and I had to use this, I'd be hitting this hand and running. I'm not going to really talk about trying to disarm a guy or deal with the blade up close right now. It's not really for the makeshift of this video. So, but with this, like I said, I'm going to swing back and forth because it's more likely, as I said, you're going to use these cracks. You're going to do these to kind of keep them at bay, and it's going to have like a mixed pattern so it throws them off. But I guarantee you most people will be a little bit stunned to see a chain swinging at them or whip swinging at them. But just like you do with a baseball bat, when you're getting swung at, first of all, don't fire. You've got to get in on this guy. You're going to wait until it swings by and just come in and take him with a whip. They'd be more likely to be like, as soon as it passes, I'm just going to charge in with my eyes covered, and I'm going to run in and tackle him probably more, or swing on him a little bit less than play. Even a trained fighter wouldn't go into boxing mode. They go raw aggression because they've never been this prepared for it, throw them off. But they probably still try to find a moment. So what we'll be working on is I'm going to crack this in the same pattern, kind of so you see it, and then he's going to figure out when to time it, and then he's going to come rushing with a wild swing. So now that passes. And then there's that intercept. All right. Again, whenever he wants to come in, just go to slack inside. Reach me a little more next time if we ever do that, all right? and then I just kind of see. And then again, he's going to pass when he wants, and then bang, that makes it roof or whatever he's wanting to do or claw up the face. And then what we're going to move on to now is just do the jab. So while I'm swinging, a guy's going to come in, jab, go ahead. But bang, bang, I'm going to block this and hit. And you can hit them on the way back wherever you want. I just can't retreat as much as I could in here. Or we'll just go into some of the split and stuff. So I'm cracking this and he comes in. Did I hit on top of Mr. Massey here? So, you just want to kind of throw those in there. Or if you want to tackle now, we're going to go ahead and have them tackle me down a little bit, and then I'll probably fall back and spit over it. But in a minute, we're going to do it against it. Okay. And then in a minute, we're going to do it, but we're going to turn towards the camera more. So go ahead and scoot all the way back so we'll kind of the camera. So whenever you want, just kind of tackle me. You're going to hit and break. And like I said, all right? And you can always get back and swing, same, still hang on to that. All right, we'll do it again. And this time when you talk to me, we're going to try to follow here for the camera. See? You're all right? Are you hitting the back of me? Right? Like I said, you can hit, break, get in there, you can whip it around if needed. All right, tops will stand up, and still clap on, getting up and things like that. I'm going to take it off. So once again, I'm not endorsing that you guys do this at all on your own without gear and training, a lot of pre-training, and hopefully a certified martial art instructor, and hopefully someone that has had whip training. All right, you want to gear up a lot. You definitely want to go full tilt on it. I could still hurt anything with gear with this. Most of the gear you get is not made for this. You could get kendo gear and stuff and hit a little harder, but even with gear, hitting really hard can be a lot. Now, we just kind of improv this today, and hopefully it's beneficial to see other applications you can do on the close quarter. And again, I wouldn't expect to be this close when you start, so we're doing a long range approach to have to do some close range, and then once I stun him, long range again. So worked on the Philippine concept, hit the hand, worked on different entries to different strikes. I didn't really spend time following up, but while you're in there, I mean, you could hook this around the neck and hit and strike and shred and all you want, but we also need to kind of fight and flight or use him as a shield as we're beating on him, keep another guy at bay. So, whatever close quarter tools you want to do to follow up, or you can find your own entries to kind of work on when you play with it, feel free. But we also dealt with keeping the whip. So then after I stun him to move away, I'm still striking on the way back. So from long range to close range to long range again. My name is Blake Bruning, Trinity Whip Co. I'll have a few more of these coming out soon, but hopefully this will give you some insight into what I believe is functionalizing whip to protect yourself. And again, I'm not endorsing you start fight clubs with this. I'm not endorsing you to carry whips as a protection. You can't. It is a passive weapon. You could kill someone with this though, hit him in the back of the neck or the temple, and things just kept beating the guy. So I mean, it can be lethal. All right, this can break bones, more like fingers though, and get in the eyes will take a guy out. And as I said before on other videos, you don't even have to make it crack. Just swing it, will hit hard enough to stun the eyes or even hurt the fingers. Now, be safe, use discretion. I hope you guys find this valuable. God bless, have a good day.